What is up there, guys? This is Cobb. Welcome back to another episode of Ironman Leveling. I'm a man living in fear right now. Why is that? Well, as you can see, we are 2 dings away from being ready for Warlords of Draenor. And if any of y'all remember, if any of y'all are long-time viewers, remember the tragic day that, well, we reached level 90 last time, an Iron Man character? You'll also remember that we died horribly in the goddamn opening scenario to enter the Warlords of Draenor, so we never actually got to set foot on the continent of Draenor. So that sucked massively, not gonna lie. Hated my life for a little while after that had happened, but you know what, man, we're back. We got over it, we're ready to try again. So I'm just gonna go to the Timeless Isle in the bottom southeast of the Jade Forest. I figured out a path that I think is safe to make it to the secret cave, where I can, you know, teleport straight into Gorgrond. And, you know, from what happens from there, I just don't know. I don't know how badly the mobs are scaled in Draenor. I don't know where I can even pick up my first quests, or any of that kind of shit. I could go into, like, another character now and test that out as well, but I'm not gonna do that, man. Let's keep a little bit of adventure to this. Oh god, am I gonna regret this? No, man. I'm just gonna grind out these last 2 things, and then the journey begins. If you're wondering why I'm just killing mobs, by the way, in order to secure these last 2 things, I've ran out of quests that I trust. I played a little bit of Iron Man on stream, like, what, 5-6 days ago or something, and I just haven't touched my character since then. We've been at this level for nearly 3 hours now, by the way. And I ventured all across goddamn Pandaria. I was looking all over the place, man. I went back to some of the Cataclysm zones even, and there is no quest that I consider safe at all. I nearly died to a random mob, right, in Pandaria, near the Talwong Steps. The bastard put a poison on me that was ticking for like 460s, you know, every like 2 seconds. I only have 3k health, so I had to fucking end combat with the twat, fucking spend my goddamn exhilaration heal, and start eating some venison, just so that I wouldn't perish there and then to a random little fucking arachnid. Oh, fuck me. Why does it have to be an upgrade? Fucking death-caked leather helmet. I look like a fucking gremlin. Oh. There it is. Oh, fucking hell, man. There's no poles back to Og. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, I'll see you boys in a bit. Let me fucking stopwatch this goddamn flight, man. Let me stopwatch this son of a bitch. Alright. A little over 8 minutes later, we have arrived in Orgrimmar. Let's get ourselves off to the Jade Forest now and fly on down with the Timeless Isle. Yes. Yes, give me this triumphant music. Level 90 on Iron Man character. Let me just check on the fucking website actually. I want to see what rank we are worldwide right now. Level 90 ties us with 2 other dudes at rank 49 and 50. So we're essentially in the top 50 in the world right now on the Iron Man challenge, dude. Come on, let's fucking go, man. Oh, I'm pretty happy about that. How many people who started leveling in BFA are at level 90 or above? Just one. Just one guy who's level 101 on a hunter. So there were a couple of guys who overtook me. One of them has died. Literally died on like a level 97 fucking Iron Man character or something. Alright. Across the fatigue-inducing South Seas we go. Alright. We easily make it across this, but we will get dismounted as we approach. No flying mounts allowed on the Timeless Isle, such as it is. I believe this here is our stop. Should be a little safe spot if we just get to shore. There's some elites off to the left. As long as we stay away from those guys, we'll be alright. Do I just do this?
Keep your wits about you.
Just for the sake of getting some easy XP? Okay, so we cannot fly here, man. Let's just remind myself of that fact by using a ground mount as we navigate through this. So as long as we stick to the road, we're okay until we get to the quest giver. Then things get a little bit hodgy-podgy. We got some fucking Alliance NPCs 10 in there. Okay, they don't go anywhere near me, and they want me to turn this quest in. You know what, man? For 6,000 experience, I don't like the look of these two fuckers. I'm just gonna leave. Circle around this way. We have to go all the way down here to dodge this fucking crazy goddamn ram, yak. Go down here. Nice and far away. I can run in between these two. Don't want to go too close to the village because there's fucking psychos all over the place over there. And we are through the scary part. Can't go up this way because there's two fucking dudes here. Then there's like an elite further up. So now we just gotta swim. We're gonna swim around the outside of the island. Alright, man. Around the bend we swim. And we're almost there. We're gonna have to take a dive in a little bit. Oh fuck, man, get that thing away from me, dude. Get that fucking thing away from me, dude. You know, it's a mile away, but I'm still... It can't be far enough away. Oh my god, man, if I was just coming around that fucking corner, and I was like up against the wall over here, you know? Whew. That would have been a hell of a way to go down, dude. Fucking evermore. Oh my god. Okay, here we go, man. Here we go. We are saying farewell to the past. And we are progressing. Onto the continent of Draenor for the very first time. You know what we should do? I think we should take a quick moment to reflect on past misadventures so we can really appreciate the gravity of this moment. Take it away, me, during editing. I'm not gonna kill it. I need an undead racial proc. I need a proc. Kill it. We lost. Jesus Christ, man.
What's going on?
It's a fucking trying quest. Oh my god, there's another guy on us. Oh my god, there's an NPC there. There it is. You know what, man? A wise man once said that if you want to find destiny, if you want to find meaning in your life, a man must enter the woods at the place which seems the most laden with shadow to him. That sounds like a shoe way to get yourself killed, but let's do it. Alright, men. Gorgrond. Oh my goodness, dude. Pretty fucking sweet, man. Pretty sweet. Pretty terrifying. So I know there's a fly path up here. I don't know if that will take me to Frostfire Ridge, though. And I think Frostfire Ridge might be the only place we can get quests from. Literally. So how exactly are we going to reach that? If I have to swim all the way around Draenor just to reach Frostfire Ridge? Oh, well, that will be interesting. Alright. I know that the water's nice and safe down here. Before we begin, I just want to actually mention how terrifying does this place look for an Iron Man character, dude? Little old me on my Iron Man stomping around in this place. Level 92 to 100. So the mob's going to be slightly overtuned for me as well here. God, alright, man. Alright. So this water's shallow enough, but I just want to, just in case, you know. I mean, it's deep enough, rather. Yeah, Gorgrond seems really, really fucking scary on an Iron Man character, dude. Well, nothing to do but to fucking try to kill the bastard, I suppose, so let's go. Alright, man. Our very first mob in Draenor being destroyed on an Iron Man character, dude. 1.3k experience? That's a pretty significant upgrade, actually, from previous expansions. Okay, Flightmaster. Send me to Frostfire. Oh my god, we've got some swimming to do, boys. Oh, fuck. How can I turn this into an episode, man? Oh, shit. Oh. Fuck. Alright, let's go back down, boys. Go back down. Fucking, this way isn't gonna work. Man, this reminds me of the time that I looted the lady's necklace in Ghostlands on my Blood Elf. Way back in the Bandit Crusade. And I just didn't read the quest log and I was like, what the fuck? I have to turn this thing into Sylvanas? You best believe that I swam all the way from Ghostlands to the shores of Tirisful Glades. Ran into Undercity on foot and handed that fucking necklace in. At least I was pleasantly surprised by the limit of the Highborn. You know what, while I'm making the long and arduous journey here, I'm gonna shift out in place of Past Cobb, who's answering one of your guys' questions. A question about, well, writing and I guess creative processes in general and all that kind of stuff, so fuck it, enjoy that for a little while. Podcast style, man. So today's question comes in from Bob Have, or Bob Have, and he asks, what kind of mindset do you need to be a writer, and how long does it take to make a book? Oh my goodness. So for me, the kind of mindset that I have, I guess, is one of curiosity. A lot of people give writing advice when it comes to writing books and novels and stories and all of that kind of stuff. Things like, write what you know. Stick to what you know. And while that can be useful advice, especially if you're like, I don't know, if you're 15 years old and you're writing a book about love and loss and betrayal and murder and all of these dark topics that you've never experienced in your life and you never came close to and you never researched those topics thoroughly, and you're still a child, basically, it's gonna show in the writing. But I think that advice only takes you so far, in that if you're only writing what you know, then there's no discovery process, right? I like to write what I don't know, or what I would like to know. What would it take for me, as a person, to literally kill an innocent person with my bare hands? Those are the kinds of questions that I like to ask my characters, you know. How threatened do they need to feel? How pushed to the brink of insanity do they have to be? Which of their family members needs to be threatened, you know? These kinds of questions. These are the kinds of questions that I like to pose when I'm writing my stories, you know? I love the fact that you have control over every single element of the story. I love that shit. I love that you can just make a person or a creature real. Just like that. Just with the stroke of some keys. I'm at serious risk of just going like full Bob Ross mode right now, by the way, and just talking about why I fucking love writing so much, but this is the kind of mindset that you need, you know? You need to love to create, and I think you need to have a real lust to breathe your creations into reality, and that's one of the, that's the magic, that's the joy of writing right there, right? And that's something that I discovered when I was like 15, 16, and I really started writing again, 16 actually, and I started writing again. I hadn't penned a story in like 7 years, man. You know what I'm saying? School just really beat that out of me. I felt like I was just like everybody else. I just felt like writing just sucked. Why the hell would I want to write? You know, reading, it's okay. Who's really got time for that? I just want to play video games, you know? But when I really sat down and I had an idea for a story and I just started writing, it was like lucid dreaming. Like, it was just... And again, in the same, you know, vein of discovery, I suppose that's what writing is all about for me then. I suppose I'm answering the question as I go here without really realizing it, but in the same vein of discovery, another thing I really, really love about writing is that no matter how much control you think you have over the story, which is one of the really exciting things, right? You get to build the world. It could be the most majestic, fantastical, incredible sci-fi universe you could ever think up. Any sly or dangerous or deadly or sneaky characters that you want to think up, you can throw them all in there, and you can plan everything out to a T. And then when you start writing, it becomes apparent that your characters are just going to kind of take on a life of their own. You've kind of built their personalities, and you've kind of given them their traits, and you know these characters inside out. You know what they do in a certain situation, and it might come to a point in the book where you have a certain scene planned out, and character A just would never do that to character B, or character B would just never say that to character C. You know? I mean, this happens less, you know, the more time you actually do spend planning, and yeah, it is just an illusion that your characters have their own free will, but it really, really feels like it. The current book that I'm writing, or I guess I'm revising it right now, you know? Writing out, I guess, what's going to be the final draft. When I was writing the first draft, there was a very, very minor character. Very old, slightly maniacal countess. Very, very old vampire countess. And I got done writing the first chapter that included her. She was supposed to be a minor character. And she just fucking stole the goddamn show, dude. I was like, oh my god, I need to see more of this character. I need to know where she came from, what kind of past she's had, what her motivations are in life, how all of this is going to end for her, you know? I need to know. And now she's basically like the second or third most important character in the book, now that I'm actually doing the rewrite. And that's what I mean. That's all part of the discovery process as well, you know? You can plan things out very, very strictly and still have things kind of spin off in directions where you just could never have... You could never have foreseen those things happening before you actually started writing, and the characters really took on a life of their own. So I don't really know if this... I mean, the original question was, what kind of mindset do you need to be a writer? Getting back to that a little bit, I guess... I don't feel like I impose any kind of mindset on myself. I don't look at the world through a certain lens or anything. I just feel like I have to write. I feel like, I mean, Christ, Sophie can attest to this. If I don't write for like a couple of months and I really just like set my, work in progresses aside and I just don't write a goddamn thing for any longer than a couple of months, I get fucking antsy, man. I get really kind of wrapped up in myself. I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm possessed. I feel like there's something I need to get out of me. You know what I'm saying? And writing does that for me, you know? It helps me really iron out my thoughts. In some cases, it teaches me what I really think about certain situations, certain dilemmas, certain moral questions. So I suppose on that note, I don't feel like I impose a mindset on myself. I just simply feel compelled to write. I feel like it's not that I don't have a choice, it's that I just feel healthier when I'm writing. Now, having said that, going back to what I said about writing being like lucid dreaming, that's very, very much the case. And for anybody who studied anything about dreams and sleep, you'll know that if you wake someone up while they're dreaming or while they're in REM sleep, they're going to be pissed off, okay? They're going to be in a terrible, rotten mood. They're going to be antisocial as fuck, and they're going to be really, really short and rude and abrupt. And that's what I'm like, okay, after I've been writing, or if someone interrupts me while I'm writing, oh my god, man, I'm just a horrible person. I'm just Satan incarnate. I'm not nice to be around, man. And it's because I feel like I've been ripped out of this dream world, and I guess that is what's happened, you know? I've been lucid dreaming, I've been typing away, I've been feeling everything that my characters have been feeling. I'm totally in the moment. Every bit of fear or excitement or happiness or mourning that my characters are going through, I'm going through that as well. And when someone from the real world reaches down and kind of lifts me up by the scruff of my neck, I'm like, no! It's just the worst thing ever, you know? It's the worst feeling ever. So that's another part of being a writer. You need to be a bit of an isolationist. You need to have your own space. Or at least I feel that way. That's what works for me. Maybe it's not the same for everybody, but yeah, I think that's definitely a big part of the experience. And lastly, you asked, how long does it take to make a book? How long does it take to pen a book? Pen your first draft, write a story. Well, for me, it's taken a long, long time. I've been working on this current book for I want to say 2 years. It's been 2 years, man, that I've been working on this. Now, that's not to say it will take everybody 2 years. I really only write 2 or 3 nights a week. Maybe, I suppose, on average, when I'm actively writing 2 or 3 nights a week. That's fine for me, and that's just because I'm so busy with other things. If you're able to put 2 or 3 hours a night towards writing, these are all just ballpark figures. Again, it's a creative process. It's going to work different for everybody. But if you're putting say 2 hours a night, every single night towards writing, maybe with 1 night off, you can probably knock out a first draft of a book, like a 60,000 word plus manuscript, up to maybe 100,000 words, in a month and a half, 2 months maybe. You can really hammer out a first draft, man. That's the easy part. That's the most fun part. That's when you're still building the world. You're learning a lot about your characters as you write them into the story and put them in different situations and work them towards their final end game, the end goal. After that, the hard work kicks in. You've got to do things like rewrites, you've got to share the story with people, get some feedback, and then make any kind of adjustments. Sometimes you'll be cutting out entire chapters or rewriting many entire chapters, which is what I'm doing right now. The story actually evolved a lot as I was going, so I'm having to go back now and change a lot of, you know, the start. And I'm not going to lie, that part is hard work. And actually just rewriting the book and redrafting and line editing and all of those things can take easily 2 or 3 times as long as writing the first draft. So I'd say anywhere between 3.5 months to 6 months, you can probably knock out a finished book or finished story that you feel, you know, somewhat happy with. Well, you'll never feel happy with it because you wrote it and you know all of the decisions that you could have made and all of the characters that could have survived, you know, if not for the grace of your keystrokes. You might be able to have something that you're satisfied with after, yeah, like 4 to 6 months or something like that. And that might seem like a long time. That's really not a long time. Some people would be able to even, like, be able to do it faster than that, even. But like I say, that is if you really, really commit to just writing. Anyways, that's kind of all I really have to say on the topic. Should you all try to start writing? Yes, you should. Will any of you? Well, maybe 3 out of 100 of you will. If you're one of those 3 out of 100, then fucking good luck to you, man. And hey, if you want to check out my business email in the About section of the channel, right? And send me any, you know, drafts, any prototypes, any, yeah, just any drafts that you're working on and, you know, would like me to read through them. I'd love to do that as well. I'm not qualified in any way. I didn't study English or like any kind of creative writing courses at university or whatever. But I'd just love to read some of your stuff. You know, if anybody wants to submit some, that would be great. All right. It's sort of 20 minutes later and it looks like we might have fucking made it, dude. Dear me. What a fucking trick. Anyways. WoW WoD Draenor is my second least anticipated zone when it comes to Ironman leveling. For a couple of reasons. First of all, there's mini mobs everywhere. Lots of small mobs, lots of giant elites. We just like standard basic mobs when we do an Ironman leveling. Anything more or less tends to be kind of fucking horrifying. Like this, for example. I don't need these little shit stains. They're just not necessary, you know. And while I think the Legion zones might actually be a little bit more dangerous even than the WoD Draenor ones, Legion's a bit fresher in my mind, you know. Draenor feels like ancient history at this point, especially given how little I fucking played the expansion. Only leveled like a few characters to max level over the course of the full thing. Setting up the garrison. Oh god. Ugh. Gotta do this shit again. I also know that there's certain garrison quests I'm just not going to be able to do. Like fighting the big ass Gron that appears in your mining cave and stuff like that. Do I actually just leave it here? I don't know if I should just leave this episode here, man. I want to be like completely focused when I'm doing at least the first few quests. I don't think I'm even going to be streaming any more Iron Man anymore, so anyone who comes by the live stream and, you know, likes getting a first look at how we're doing and stuff like that, I'm sorry, alright? I think that at this point, the last 30 levels of the challenge, we just gotta tune out. I gotta really focus and buckle down on this. My full attention has to be on this at this point. Like I say, we've never been this far before ever on Iron Man. So it's fucking serious business now. You know what I mean? So I am gonna leave this episode here, and I suppose there's not much more to say other than I'm gonna catch all of you guys just a tad bit later. That felt like a very abrupt ending, but whatever, man, it is what it is at this point in time.